Okay. Okay, we now go to the question and answer. But before that, I'd like to congratulate Hannah, Pam, and Jonas for answering the exercise. I'm not sure if you've read the announcement. So each one of you will receive a prize. Your prize will be a rosary from Fatima. I hope you're Catholic. So if you're Catholic, then you get to receive a rosary from Fatima. If not, let me know. I can give you a different pasalubong. Okay, I'll find a way to send that to you. So that's what you call a delighter, probably in the Kano model. No, it wasn't a contest. It was a contest. That's why it's a delighter, Karen. So I asked you for an exercise. So and a delighter is anything you don't expect. So they were not expecting it. Just to to motivate you. So now Karen is now getting competitive. Maybe in the next round of exercise. So we won't have a session this Friday because I'm going to Fatima. If you have any petitions, let me know. I'll include you in my prayers. But I'll be giving you a set of exercises that you can do, covering what's covered already in Define and the 2 parts of measure. Okay, now we open the floor for any questions from the group. Or silence means yes, we understood. No more questions. Or silence means yes. I think I barely know, but I probably need to review it further before I can ask questions.
Hello, Sir Judel.
Hi, Wins.
Yes, sir. Hindi po to exactly tungkol dun sa discussion niyo po earlier, but I just want to ask for your advice kasi currently I'm designing a training course, which is about technical report writing. So, common problems that DPWH personnel are facing is the way they compose correspondences such as memo, emails. Yes po. I was thinking, sir, if ano po kayang method or template yung pwede kong gamitin to be able to really pinpoint what should be the content of the training that will definitely fill in the gaps in
So the way I would see it, there is a pain right now, right? Like people
sir.
who are doing the memo, what's the pain point? It's taking them so long, or there's a lot of errors. There's lots of
Error, sir.
Okay, so now I feel your pain, and because of this error, what's the pain? It's taking you more time, or it's getting delayed in terms of the submission. What is the cause of? Okay.
Delayed in submission, sir, because they have to do several revisions back
Okay.
before. Yes.
So I would suggest you do a process map. Okay, establish a process. What triggers these people to do the document that they have to do and submit that to you. So definitely process map. You do a COPIS, just to relate to that customer. But I think what's also critical is the VOC to CTQ, or the voice of the customer to critical to quality. How would you define a good report? So the way I would see it, some of your drivers might be in structure. Okay, a good report would have an executive summary. It would have maybe table of contents. It would have the code and so on and so forth. So content or structure. Number 2, another VOC to CTQ is grammar. Okay.
Yes.
So and then what else? Maybe missing information. So definitely your VOC to CTQ is really critical because you get to identify what are really driving the pain points. Because once you now do that, I think the rest would be easy to implement as a solution. Because I'll give you an example in one of the challenges that we had before in my client. The pain that we have was when we asked for requests for proposals from our service provider. It's taking when they submit it to us, it's taking us a long time to analyze, to compare apples to apples, because they're using a different format. So one of the requirement I imposed when we issue RFP is we request our service provider to, when you provide your proposal, please follow this format. You put the executive summary, you establish your process, you put down the cost, and the other sections. So now when they get to submit it to us, it is easy for us to compare apples to apples, because for example, the line item for cost, we can easily compare it with another service provider. So it might be that one quality parameter really is in the structure. That's one. For grammar, one way that can help you in this process. So I'm now jumping into the improvement part. Okay, so the improvement part for grammar is actually you can ask your suppliers to use ChatGPT. I'm not sure if are
Yes,
all of
sir.
you guys familiar with ChatGPT? Please raise your hand if you've been using ChatGPT. Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Jonas. Yep. If you're not using ChatGPT yet, I tell you to start doing it. It's a very powerful tool. I've been using it actually for my client. So it improves the turnaround time. You can use that actually to check for grammar. Okay, so they can eliminate any issues of grammar. So jumping into the improvement part, the grammar can be handled by ChatGPT. Hopefully that answers your question, Wins.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, po.
You're welcome. Other questions? For the chart, okay, hold on. Let me forgot. Hindi ko mahanap yung chat ni. Here, okay. For the charts, please assume that there's available to use or is cleaning processing part of the task. Can you qualify your question, Pam? So in real life, so maybe, I don't know, let me probably, if I understand it correctly, in real life, definitely, the expectation for Yellow Belt is you have to also clean the data. Let's assume that it's part of the role to clean the data. But for the exercises, I will probably clean it and then I will ask for specific questions. I don't know if that's what you mean, but feel free to chime in. Hi, Pam. Top Notcher Pam. One of the top notchers.
Yeah. Anyway, the question is more on the data kasi sorry, ano pa ako? My God. Remove video background. Anyway, the question
lapit
more
ka sa camera para makita ka namin.
Wait a minute.
Kaping mainit.
Hindi ako nakikita.
Nasa madilim ka yata. Ayan, good. Okay.
Okay. Then my question is more on, kasi diba, you have data, you can to use the data to create those charts, kailangan talaga clean yung data. So, ang assumption ko lang, tama naman. So, actually, you answered naman the question that you have to clean the data to be able to present it properly in the charts. And it's part of being sa Yellow Belt. Oh, hindi yung expectation na, uy, may data na, ipa-plot na lang.
So, sa exercise, may data na, ipa-plot na lang. In real life, it's not the case. In fact, 80% of that my challenge really when handling Six Sigma projects, it's the company doesn't have a data infrastructure in place. They don't have an infrastructure to collect the data. So with that, hindi ka na mag-proceed ka agad sa Six Sigma because the first part is really collecting data.
Okay. Noted on that. Alam ko malinis na kagad. So yeah. Last question. I was going through the course, the videos, no. You mentioned about the Net Promoter Score. Is it really limited to just those 3 questions, or is it parang you can tweak it in such a way to address? Kasi diba, it's how do you rate the challenges? As for me, kasi diba, for training, it's not just the content. You also need to assess the whole program, the person conducting. So is it done parang one at a time or overall ba yung Net Promoter?
Okay. Normally, it depends on the situation. Net Promoter Score normally is used pag yung kailangan mo lang ng on the spot, high level, top of mind. So you can use that to complement an additional tool further down the process, because the good thing about the Net Promoter Score is very simple. you know, a few touch time, and it gives already top of mind. So pag maganda pag hindi leading yung tanong mo kasi top of mind, so you know what really sticks with the customer. And then when you go to the data and let's say you wanted to do a deep dive analysis, then you can do a follow-up in terms of you know, what questions to ask. But you might want to narrow already the audience, because it could be that it's only a specific type of audience that you'd like to work on.
Okay, sige. Oo, kasi tendency based on experience when we ask questions, they'd rather rate. Easier sa kanila mag-rate. Oo, instead of pag yung mga may mga
Parang
ganun
open-ended. Okay.
Ayaw nila sumagot ng why.
Okay. So in this case, pag may certain level of maturity na, may alam mo na yung mga parameters where your people will rate you, then you can now proceed to the Likert, you know, Likert scale. Ang danger lang, ang downside lang nun is there might be some opportunities na ma-miss out mo because naka-narrow ka lang. Let's say, example, sa meeting, nag-ask ka lang ng content, about the pace, and then the room, but you neglected to ask pala yung cost, and so na-miss out mo lang.
Sige. Thank you for that. At least na medyo na-clarify siya. Thanks, Judel.
You're welcome. Other questions? Okay. Wala na? Or wala pa? Or kung may naisip kayo, just feel free. You can ask yun in the next face-to-face session. So I'll be preparing your exercises to do. Baka wala ng prize kasi syempre baka nag-expect na kayo ng prize, but I would expect you to do the next round of exercises. The next session that we have will be Wednesday. I'll try my best to, this is one of the tough topics as well, process capability, but I'm trying to find ways to make it as yellow belt as possible to get to understand. Okay, so with that, thank you very much for your time. Muito obrigado, and hope to see you next week. Bye-bye. Oh yes, I will share the Q&A. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you po.